Hello and welcome to PADNET Presents, a show featuring the creative individuals who come through the doors of our Community Media Center here in Long Beach. Many of the cast and crew for this episode borrow our media equipment, film in our studio, and use our edit suites to produce content for the local community. The episode you're about to watch was produced using their input in deciding the topic, as well as the talking points for the show. We hope you enjoyed this thought-provoking episode about how COVID-19 has affected our lives.
Hi, my name is Sunshine, and thanks for joining us on this edition of PADNET Presents. I'm here with Rolo and Tiffany, and we're here to chat about the COVID-19 pandemic and share our thoughts, feelings, and more. Hi, Rolo, let's start with you. What were your thoughts when the pandemic first happened?
When it first happened, it was like it was nothing till everything started shutting down, or almost everything started shutting down. Except for, of course, Walmart and Home Depot and Target. That's the only one that stayed open, but, you know, I didn't think it was no big deal at first, for real.
I kept hoping it would blow over. It's just going to be around for a month and it'll be gone. Tiffany, what did you think when it first happened?
Honestly, I was shocked because I was like, no, this is not real. This is another, I don't know what to even call it now, but it was just another one of those things, But when I started seeing it was affecting my family, my mother, just a lot of families were being affected. Yeah, I knew something is going on here.
Maybe because it started in China, it's like, oh, it's so far away, it was hard. But I mean, of course it's going to be global in like no time, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be, I don't know, maybe it was easy to just think it's not real because we, in our minds, told us it was in a far off place or something. I don't know.
So Rolo, what were your thoughts when the pandemic first happened?
Well, like I said, I thought it was nothing, but as far as like the income by income and stuff like that, it was better because I was over in Maui, and then everybody left, all the tourists left, and so the hotels shut down and they remodeled, so it was all kinds of work to be done. So I was kind of cool with that, with the work part, the income part.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder maybe it was better for the environment in Hawaii if all the people left and
Definitely
then maybe, all the tourists left.
It definitely was.
Did it change your income at all?
It most definitely did. I was affected by COVID in January, and my hours changed. I wasn't working for my clients on a regular basis, which was my day job as a home care provider, and even getting booked for gigs slowed down. So yeah, it definitely affected the way I live and how I pay my bills and just everything, in my life changed.
Yeah, I think like bookings like stopped.
Yeah.
It seemed like, bookings
Went to a halt.
Yeah.
Just
I have my catering job and they just, everything stopped. And they told us, get on unemployment. They said, just go get on unemployment. We don't have any events, catering, is nothing, and I got on unemployment. Honestly, maybe I shouldn't say this. I made more money during the pandemic than my whole entire life ever. I always worked and worked and worked. And then the pandemic, like I got all this unemployment. I got stimulated by the government 5 times. I was like excited, I paid off a student loan. Never thought that was gonna happen. It was a little student loan, but like still like I made money. I tried not to blow it, but I don't know. I guess it was positive for me. Everybody else was like, oh, I had to quit work. We didn't quit work. Work was just taken away from us. Everything was, you were doing home care?
really affected the home care system. The program, not the system, but the program, and even especially the providers. The providers was really hit really hard. I was able to get unemployment, and I'm thankful for it. I did collect it, and I was able to, make some ends meet, but, things still, it's not the same when you're not, able to do what you normally, used to doing every day, but overall,
I would figure home care, they would still need you, right? They need you to go to the people's houses and take care of them.
they still need us, but if you have COVID.
Oh yeah, no, you can't go with COVID. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's because you're caring for someone else.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
they have COVID, then you have to think about your health as the provider, you know, and just being out here and dealing with everything that was, you know, that's happening with between, you know, behind COVID.
So you think it kind of affected you positively? It affected me positively. You?
It was so,
It's
you know.
on and off. Yeah. Okay. How has COVID affected your mental health, if it has, and that of your friends and family? Do either of you feel strongly about it, like it affected your mental health?
It's affecting, you know, it didn't affect my mental health. I thank God I'm still sane. I'm still, you know, able to get up and do the things I need to do, but it's affected my family, you know, on many levels. And I have a brother who's been, you know, dealing with with mental illness, and the pandemic just didn't help, you know. Yeah.
Do you think that the isolation was making it worse for him?
The isolation, just overall, is the main corporate, you know, behind mental illness, just in a whole. But the pandemic, not being able to go out, you know.
Oh, yeah, not being able to talk to other people, not being... I tell you, like, sometimes I've been out places now, and it's like, I feel like people are just so excited to go out and be able to talk to people. And it's like, because they just couldn't do it for months and months and months. And it's like, I don't know, they're just excited. Like, people will be at the park and they're just excited to be there. And I don't know if there was that feeling before, but...
I don't know how anybody would know if their mental health was affected, because they don't deal with mental health in this country whatsoever.
That's true.
No, yeah.
Your health care plan deals with your physical health. You break your arm, it never mentions once any type of mental health. And basically, anybody could be diagnosable for any kind of mental problem that's out there. You know, it's not dealt with whatsoever, so I don't know how folks would know if their mental health was affected or not.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, it's swept under the rug in a lot of cases. I mean, they don't...
Because they toy with it.
Approach it, yeah.
They toy with it. This COVID, whether you're on the side of it's real or not real, it's divided people, which is the thing that they use to divide us from being strong. Together we're strong. But then they know that's why divided is the way that they want us to be.
Yeah.
This is, if it wasn't a planned test, it was definitely a way to gather information of what people do if something comes down like that, you know.
I thought it was really sad. It very quickly got political, and I was like, oh, God. And so then I guess that's why we wanted to do this show, right, to talk about it. People don't want to talk about it because it so quickly got political, and then it's like, once it got political, it's like, okay, let's just not talk about it at all, because now you never know, you're going to upset the wrong person, you're going to, just don't talk about it, you know.
Yeah. I don't get too much into politics, but I mean, politics is everywhere.
But this is super political.
Yeah,
we can't help it. It got so political, like that. Like,
it's no way to get away from it. Yeah, it's like right there in your face.
There's a way, but you can't talk on that either because that's religious.
Yeah.
Well, how mental health affected I feel like mentally I'm fine, but like what you're talking about, like, okay, if someone breaks their arm, they can see they broke their arm. But like with mental illness, it's not always visible. So yeah, how are you, if it wasn't visible before the pandemic, we're not going to be able to see it now, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe in your case with your relative, you see them day to day, you see the isolation, oh my God, this is getting worse, this is affecting him, you know, it's like whatever, but I don't know, it's the hidden, mental health is the hidden. My family or people I know, I feel like it affected old people the most. Maybe I shouldn't say that, or I don't know what, but
no, I do.
Like they got weak immune systems. They're like, oh my God, COVID. And like, I remember I went to go visit my grandma, and she was like, I mean, I guess she's old, so I don't know. She's like, well, we have to go to the grocery store at this certain time. And I was like, Grandma, I don't want to freak out about the grocery store. It's just going to the grocery store. And she's like, but at this time, there's the fewest people, so this is when we need to go. And I was like, okay, you know, I mean.
She knows what happens when there's few little things provided and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be like, well, maybe I just take it for granted. I got a good immune system, and she doesn't, and you know.
Also, the old people that were dying died alone.
Yeah.
They made them die alone. They didn't let nobody be
no
around
family
them.
members,
yeah,
no
that's back to the
people.
isolation thing. Yeah.
I mean, what kind
It
of
really
stuff is
affected
that?
my mom, and I saw the change. You know, she lost a lot of weight. She was,
Did she get COVID or did she?
She didn't even catch COVID or anything like that. It was just the whole fact of her not being able to go about her regular routine, do the things that she normally do to get out and, you know, go to
See
the
y'all.
store, go, you know, visit her friends, just do what she normally do throughout the day. That affects you mentally as well. Like you
Yeah.
said, you can't see it, but you'll start seeing it affecting you in a physical, you know, form. So, I mean, that's another way that COVID has really, like, affected families.
You know, it's interesting. You said your mom lost weight. I read all these articles, which I believe this is 100% true. Since COVID happened, a lot of people got drinking problems. And, you know, it's sad. I mean, people had drinking problems before, but they're isolated. They can't go anywhere. They're stuck in their house. And so people are like, what am I going to do? And so they drink. And then it's easy to get addicted. And so now I'm seeing all this stuff online and stuff about, like, since the pandemic, how do we wean ourselves off of alcohol? How do we, like, a lot of people, I guess drinking just really went up because they're
And substance
isolated.
abuse
They're
as well.
stuck in their house. Yeah. Isolation will make people try to self-medicate with whatever, you know, like.
That's true.
Yeah, it's really sad and unfortunate. I feel like.
You don't have to go out. You don't have to go out anyway these days. You work from home. You can order everything from home. You can stay in your house and never go out. And
Well,
you
that's
live like
that's
that.
true. I feel like the first job I had when the pandemic started, though, my bosses were like that. They had been able to isolate themselves completely before the pandemic. They never have to go out. They could just. But some people, that is a privilege. If you can stay in your house and work from home, that is a privilege. Some people still have to go out there and do it. And so I don't know. It's really unfortunate, I felt, for those people. People are like, why don't you stay home? And it's like, do you understand? That's a luxury
I don't have
for
a choice,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, like some people have to go out and work.
That's
Some people
true.
don't have somebody to go to the grocery
They
store.
can have that luxury. I don't want to stay in my house all the time like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I like being home, but not having to stay home under these circumstances, you know. I mean, I want to be able to go and come and then go where I want to go without all the extra mandated policy, you know, everything
Because we
being
used
the
to
way it
being free.
is.
That's why we live in
Yeah.
America, so
Yeah.
we're used to being free.
Yeah.
We're used to doing whatever we want, good or bad. We're able to do it. So when the words comes down from the top says, you have to, you know, we're like little kids, have to. It make you want to do the opposite of what we have to do.
Very frustrating, yeah.
Yeah.
I started taking a class at Groundlings. Like, okay, I didn't want to get the shot. Sorry, maybe people judge me bad. I didn't want to get the shot. But Groundlings said they were going to open up to vaccinated students only. So I rushed out and I got the shot. Because like, oh my God, I got to go back to Groundlings. I got to go back and take more classes at Groundlings. I rushed out, got the shot. Then Groundlings was like, ha, psych. We're not going to open up Groundlings yet. You can only do online classes. So I was angry. And then they decide, finally again, almost a year later, okay, we're going to open up Groundlings again to vaccinated students only. I said, okay, I got the vaccine. But then 4 days before the class, they're like, okay, you need to also bring a negative COVID test. I was like, guys, I went to so many pharmacies. They're all like, we're booked. We can't do, no. And it was like, why didn't you guys tell me this ahead of time? And now I'm in the class. They're saying, oh, we might close down Groundlings again. And they're like, before every class at Groundlings, you have to have a negative COVID test. Every single, so it's like what you're saying.
It
Before
don't make
we
sense.
had so much freedom.
None of it across
now-
the board makes sense. None of the things that they laid down.
Yeah.
Even today, the little man who's in charge of everything on TV, the doctor, what's his name? The old doctor?
Dr. Fauci?
Dr. Fauci. He got all the boosters, all the shots, got COVID. So
Well, yeah, that was very frustrating.
I'm not even
we
aware
have
of
to go
that.
get vaccinated. I went and got vaccinated, and now they're like, oh well, before every class at Groundlings, go get a negative COVID test. I'm like, but you
Don't
made
make
me
sense.
get vaccinated, and how many hoops am I going to jump through? And then you're still telling me we're going to close down the classes. Like, what?
don't make sense. If the rules make
It's
sense.
so much I could say on that subject right there. Yeah, it's just.
Tell me your idea.
I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, you know, you do exactly what they need you to do. And
Yeah.
it's always going to be more. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, we need you to get vaccinated. Now you need to do this. Oh, no, that's not enough. Now you got to go back and, wait a minute, I got to get a booster too. It's just a whole.
I was
it's just
so
too
upset
much.
about the booster. Like so I had the 2 shots. The second shot made me sick for a week. I was like sick, and I never got COVID, so maybe I'm taking it for granted. I'm like, okay, you guys are making me sick, and I'm just getting frustrated. And then I was doing background work. They let me do one shift background, and then they said, you're not going to come back until you get the booster. I was like, oh my God. Like, it feels like no matter what hoops you jump through, there's just invent another hoop for you.
It is. It's more and more. It's like, I'm afraid to see what's next. Like, I'm.
Yeah. What? Right. How many boosters are we gonna have?
Everything would be smooth sailing, and then here they come with something.
Monkey flu.
A monkey flu. Monkey flu.
Monkey virus. What his name is?
A monkey flu.
Monkey flu.
Monkey see, monkey do. Is that what you said?
A monkey see.
No, there's something named monkey something.
No, they have another
the monkey virus.
Monkey virus, something like that.
It's so many different viruses.
People need to leave monkeys alone, whoever's messing with monkeys.
You need to leave monkeys alone.
So.
Okay, so I guess the next question is, are you aware now when people cough or get too close?
That's funny, because I'm telling you, I could be on the other side of the building. And as soon as someone coughs, I do turn around. And I never was like that, because it's in our conscious now. It's consciously
well, yeah, when people talk about it every
us.
5 minutes, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, because it's so much that has changed in our lives over, the past 2 years, and now it's making us aware of every little thing. If somebody touch you now, it's like, whoa, you can't even get close to a person. I mean,
what about the mask?
Yeah.
When everybody had a mask?
Oh yeah, and then they run
People
in. It's
guessing how
like
they look?
it's like a stampede. They're running. Put your mask on. Oh my God, you have a mask?
You don't know how people
Put on.
look,
I mean,
too.
yelling at us like kindergartners.
I thought there was going to be a lot more robberies. I thought the robberies was going to go way up. Everybody got to wear a mask.
Wearing a mask.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's true.
You have a deviant brain if that's what you're.
No,
this is
I'm
my
just saying.
chance. I
I'm
think
just
I'm going to
saying.
do my robbery this
I didn't rob nobody.
weekend.
So, Rolo, I mean, are you more aware now when people cough or get too close?
Not really, man. To tell the truth is because I got Jesus and I know Jesus, and then it doesn't make me worry about none of this stuff. I worry for other people and stuff like that, but I'm straight. I'm not trying to. I'm enjoying this life and everything like that, but I'm ready to go anytime from whatever thing, because I know the truth that this ain't the last end all place. You know what I mean? So I just try and love people, and that means getting close. That means not staying 6 feet apart. Somebody needs somebody to be up on them. I'm gonna be up on them.
Okay, honestly, I never thought I got close to people to begin with. I feel like I haven't changed. I'm always kind of scared. Like, don't get too close. Don't get in their personal space. Everybody's got their little bubble. Don't touch people. People say, people make a big deal. Don't touch people's hair. I don't try to bump into people. I feel like I'm the same.
I'm quite sure a lot of people, it probably hasn't affected them. They just continue to do what they do. But for some of us who are, a little bit maybe have a phobia or things of that nature, they just do things according to, accordingly. But yeah, this will definitely make you kind of look at things a little differently and start doing things differently.
One thing I think it did change me. I don't pay attention to other people coughing, but if I'm in public and like if I choke on some water or something, or I start coughing, I'm like, oh my God, everybody's gonna think I got COVID. I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, okay, don't cough too much because then they're gonna get the wrong idea, And it's like, I got my vaccination card on me, but what good does it do? They still might think you got COVID, And so I'm more conscious about me coughing or me sneezing or coughing. Like, if I just cough, I'm like, they're gonna think I got COVID. I better go to the bathroom if I'm gonna keep coughing.
I do the same thing though. No, it's like when I gotta sneeze, I'm like, okay, I hope this don't come out all. I can, you go, you kind of stop it. Yeah, but Yeah.
Too bad people didn't take the habits from that and continue them though, because washing your hands is a good thing, and putting that if you go into a public place like. I don't know how Walmart and all those ones stayed open when it's a big old place with all those people going through there, touching on everything, and all the little mom and pop shops had to close down when they could have followed the rules a lot easier than the big chains,
Me and my best friend, she brought that up too, and I don't know. I feel like there's so much that like I don't know. Maybe we did just handle the pandemic wrong. Maybe because like it's like, okay, we have to be careful, and then like you're saying, oh, you go to Walmart, you touch everything. Okay, so.
A lot of people.
I don't know. Yeah.
And everybody's not
And
wearing
so,
gloves.
Yeah.
Everybody's not sanitizing.
The small businesses, I saw it in Hawaii, so easy because they're dependent on tourism. Small businesses closed down, some of them for good.
Oh,
And Walmart and them made billions of dollars because they were busier than busy every day. You know?
Yeah, that was so. I thought about that a lot. So many businesses, small ones, closed down. Mom and pop businesses were already, like worried or whatever.
The first thing that closed them down was workers' comp insurance.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's just
Okay, so last question, because you guys are experts. How do we move forward?
we must continue, doing the best that we can, not being so, can't even use the word paranoid, but
No, I was thinking the same thing, but then other people were like, you're not careful enough.
yeah, we just
You just gotta do it.
yeah,
No, you
just
can't be
continue
scared.
living,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. You can't be scared.
You know,
And,
just go. Inertia.
Just wash
That's
your
how you move
hands and
forward.
do the things
Just
we're
wash
supposed
your
to
hands.
do.
Do what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah, yeah.
And enjoy the life.
That's it.
Yeah. yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Try to be
Encourage others to do the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Go back to the gym so everybody can be healthy, right? So we can always work out. I don't know. How do we move forward? I have no idea how we move forward.
One foot in front of the other foot.
I went back to my catering job. That's a way that I guess because after the unemployment money was over, I was so excited. I was like, yeah, unemployment's over. I was so excited when I was on unemployment. Yeah, we got unemployment. And then when it was over, I was like, oh God, I got to go back to that catering job, And it changed my catering job.
Yeah.
Because, it's funny. Before, they paid us peanuts. But now nobody wants to work, like what you're saying. And so my catering job started freaking out, like, oh my God, we don't have anybody. What do we do? What do we do? All of a sudden, it was like overnight, they started paying $20 an hour, everything. Yeah, before they were paying like $12 an hour, $13 an hour, which everybody knows you can't make it off of $12 an hour in LA, or Long Beach or whatever, And so all of a sudden, they started paying people more money. And then another thing they never did before, they have these really far out catering gigs. Before, they would call me, hey, Sunshine, can you get across town in like 15 minutes and do this catering job? And I'm like, no, LA is the only city in the world where it's an hour away from itself. You know that you can't do that, you know what I mean? But now, all of a sudden, my catering job, they started giving, when it's a far away gig, they say, hey, $50 travel fee just to go there, on top of working there for 8 hours a day. All of a sudden, they started treating employees
Fairly.
good. Yeah, I know. It's like it took a pandemic for this to happen.
It took something to affect their bottom line.
That's
is
the
what it
thing
took.
too about what life it takes for something to happen to
People to
people
share.
to wake up. Yeah, to,
Yeah.
to
That's all
open
they're doing is
eyes.
sharing.
It's like.
Yeah.
Go ahead, what you were saying, brother?
I said that's all they're doing is sharing.
Yeah.
Because their bottom line is huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, that is somehow related to how we move forward. Now the jobs have to treat people better, which that's a positive thing.
Love. Talking about love.
Yeah.
That's how you move forward, love.
Love.
You
Okay,
know. I
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
You got to love everybody the same. You got to love yourself first.
Yeah.
And then you can love everybody the same because everybody's the same.
Real.
Human being. Everything you experience and go through, everybody does. Different time, different level, but it's the same thing. And it's all lovely.
So, how we move forward is love. Okay, that's Words of wisdom by
like
Rolo. You do.
Yeah, so
Love. Okay, yeah. Well, if you love everybody, then you are going to try to protect them and yourself or whatever, and
Amen.
for your
Your
health.
community.
Yeah. For your health, I guess we have to wear the mask when we have to wear the mask. But it's summertime, so it's getting harder and harder to wear a mask.
Yeah.
There ain't no mask.
Really
It's okay.
sweaty and I don't know. But
Just only mask.
Just only masks?
Naked, only mask.
Oh, that's how we can protest the pandemic now. We just wear
Oh
a
my
mask
God.
and we march
Be naked.
around wherever naked, only wearing a mask. I'm protected because I'm wearing the mask.
We're gonna go back to where it was no bras. So we're gonna be wearing just masks with what?
I mean, Rolo's
I support
idea.
that. I
Don't
support
look at
that.
me. Ask him for details.
I support that no bra, only mask roll
Well, I mean, we just have a lot to do.
Well, thank you for watching this episode of PADNET Presents. Again, my name is Sunshine.
I'm Tiffany.
I'm Rollo.
Oh, thank you so much.
We thank you for watching this episode of PADNET Presents, and we hope you enjoyed this open discussion on the COVID-19 pandemic and how it has affected our lives. Hopefully this episode will help you express your views and feelings about the pandemic. That concludes today's show. If you're interested in participating in future episodes of PADNET Presents, we invite you to join us in the studio. Follow us on social media or join our weekly newsletter to receive announcements on upcoming meetings to plan and brainstorm making a show with us. Thanks for watching PADNET Presents, and remember to make your media.